Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another amazing episode of BSU Tonight! Woo! Welcome. So let's talk about what happened this week. A lot. For starters, the mother of all bombs, quote unquote, was dropped on an ISIS camp in Afghanistan just a few days ago, wiping out a sizable chunk of the group. And before, the father of all bombs got home from work too, so there's that. And a fun fact, we commissioned 20 of these bombs in 2003, and they have a 15-year shelf life, which means we will be making that joke 19 more times. What else? More Trump stuff. Still blue in the balls from Rachel Maddow's special report. Many took to the streets this week in the so-called tax day protests over the weekend to once again demand President Trump release his tax returns, actually making this the most profound thing ever to happen in the history of tax day, since my dad walked out at least. What else? Star Wars is in the news again, and Donald Trump can't ruin Star Wars. That is Disney's job. Last week was a big deal for nerds everywhere as Star Wars celebrated its 40th anniversary, something most of those nerds will never see. But what does this mean to me? My 1977 mint condition Jack Porkins action figure in the box is now worth 15 times as much as it was last week. Still just as sad. The new trailer for the new Star Wars Battlefront game was released a few days ago too, teasing new game modes. My personal favorite is a minigame for Kylo Ren called Pin the Lightsaber on Han Solo. Oh shoot, spoilers. You think they could afford him for a second movie? Universal Studios released a trailer for their upcoming remake of The Mummy. Their decision to reboot the franchise is somewhat similar to the monster itself. It was dead and buried. It was forgotten about. No one asked for it to come back, but there's money to be made, so they're going to dig that up and bring it back to life. And in both cases, they're going to screw over Brendan Fraser. The state of Arkansas, some Brendan Fraser fans. The state of Arkansas is making national news, possibly for the first and likely last time since the Clinton era. The state is set to execute a record number of death row inmates this month. 8 men in 11 days. It's actually interesting because 8 men in 11 days is actually the title of the new Bachelorette spinoff. What else? That one's a thinker. That's a highbrow thinker. Unless you've been asleep this past week, United Airlines has been all over the news. Well, last week they unnecessarily removed a passenger off a flight by force, even knocking his head into an armrest during the scuffle. Well, the media has United by the throat. It's important the company does something big to make it up to their customers. I don't know, maybe hire a celebrity flight attendant or a spokesperson to boost morale. Like, I don't know, someone like Chris Brown or Ray Rice. I don't know. Earlier this week, a riot broke out in Berkeley, California between a group of Trump supporters and counter-protesters. People who were there have dubbed it the Battle for Berkeley. Supposedly, this is actually what Activision is basing the next Modern Warfare game on. Yeah, you'll get the full immersive effect of throwing a skateboard. It's actually going to be called Modern Warfare 4. Check your privilege. Next we move on to the ever-popular topic of...
Wait. Got it? Finally got it.
I'm sorry, excuse me. We're in the middle of taping a show right here, and
No. Don't worry. It took me a while, but wait. Who are you?
Well, I'm Billy Barry. I'm the host of BSU Tonight.
No, host is my job.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Yeah, you know, Jake, host and writer of BSU Tonight, along with nobody here that I know. Hey, where's Fat Frankie?
Listen, I'm just gonna call my producer. We're gonna get this all sorted out. Let me just grab my cell phone here. What are these?
Wait, what is that?
This is a phone.
Yeah, no, there's no buttons on that. You sure it's not like a pocket mirror there, Bucky?
It's Billy, actually, and no, it's definitely. Have you seriously never heard it? Do you even use the internet?
Yeah, I know what the internet is, Willie.
Billy, so do you watch the show on YouTube?
You what? Is that that's like a knockoff of MySpace? I guess.
What year do you think it is?
2004, duh. Right.
Oh boy. Right? I don't know how to tell you this, but it's 2017.
Oh God.
So.
I'm that late? I'm being punked. Where's Ashton?
Oh wow, you think it's 2004. No, I'm serious. This is BSU Tonight. It's in our 16th season, actually.
16?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't think we'd actually make it that long. And I know I've had trouble showing up on time, but man.
Sorry, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you know what? It was worth it for the joke I've been working on, so.
You've been absent for 13 years for one single joke.
Trust me, this is comedy gold. All right? Where are my manners? You're the host. You read it. You got it.
The Red Sox may have won the World Series, but second base still belongs to Janet and Justin. That's actually really good. I gotta say. That's a good one. Well, we'll be right back after this, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around. We've got a great show for you. We'll be right back.
Good luck with that. I'm just going to go watch this new show. What's it called? The Apprentice? I'll tell you, the host of that, he's got promising stuff going.
Oh, no. Oh, God, no.
Hey everyone, it's Dan Nowakowski here, and I'm here to do Dan's Train Corner. Let's get right into it. So, Train is a pretty cool band because they wrote some pretty great songs like Hey Slow Sister, Closing Time, and Chasing Cars. My cat chased a car one time, and it didn't go so well. Sorry, fluffers. But anyway, the band is pretty cool because their lead singer is a top-notch guy, Pat Monahan. Love him. Miss you, buddy. And now for our next segment, we're gonna be talking about some other trains. This train is pretty great because it's the same color as my cat Fluffers. Thanks, matrimony.
Neat. That was fun. Speaking of colorful characters, you guys remember Dan Nowakowski? Let's give it up for Dan Nowakowski. Now, Dan, it's great to have you on the show.
Oh, thanks, Philip. It's great to be here.
Billy, actually, I don't know why
Everyone, he's great, folks. Let's give Philip Strawberries big round of applause. Yeah. All right.
So back to you, Dan. Understand you just promoted something here tonight that we just watched.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say, like, I love reviewing movies. It's a passion of mine, but sometimes it gets really competitive. So I decided to start doing some other review shows, like the one you just saw, Dan's Train Corner.
Well, that sounds promising. Well, you guys just saw the exclusive clip. That was honestly one of the best clips we've ever played on this show. So Dan, thank you so much for coming out. That was actually excellent. So great working with you.
Thanks, Mr. Strawberries.
Guy takes a while. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our next guest. He is here to promote his new book, From Poor Puppy to Pal, Tips for Raising a Shelter Dog. Please give a warm round of applause for Mr. Alan Joseph Rigby. Now, Alan, it is so great to have you on the show. So you're a dog fan yourself. Mm-hmm. You're an expert on shelter dogs, and you've been taking care of them, and you wanted to share this knowledge with everyone. So you wrote a book, and your great uncle was Adolf Hitler. So great to have you on the show.
Who told you that?
Oh, we did some research on you, Mr. Hitler.
Please don't call me that. Just call me AJ.
Sorry about that. Got a little awkward there. Let's just bring it back. Let's talk show. Let's talk. So AJ, you would describe dogs as a passion, yes?
Yeah, I guess so.
And how long have you been raising these dogs?
About 10 years or so.
Okay, 10 years. That's quite a commitment. What a real triumph of the will. And you enjoy it?
Yeah, I have to say, I'm lucky enough to feel like I've sort of found my calling.
And you are, in fact, a distant genetic relative of Adolf Hitler.
Okay. Technically, yes, I'm a very, very distant relative. I don't like talking about it. I am embarrassed about it. I never met the guy.
I feel like we're getting away from it here. Saw that family temper there. Let's just get back to dogs. Let's get back to dogs, all right? Let's not even bring up the H word, dogs. So
right.
The techniques described in your book, have you used them all along or discovered some along the way? Just take me through that.
Well, in my experience, it sort of started out as general advice, like don't give your dog too much attention while you're cooking. But mostly, a lot of the stuff in my book pertains specifically to shelter dogs and a lot of creative solutions for problems that pet owners commonly have with those kinds of dogs.
And I assume shelter dogs have lots of specific problems. Was it easy to come up with these, or did it take time?
Well, it was hard at first, but it was really rewarding. It was probably the biggest part was trying to get my message out to the right audience, because usually people who own pets also have jobs, so they don't really have time to read books or anything. That was probably the biggest struggle.
Your struggle.
Yeah, my struggle. So we tried books on tape, we tried supplementary videos, and then we tried workshops, which almost evolved into this sort of doggy day camp thing that I run, where people come in with their dogs, and I help them out with those problems.
So these workshops, these camps, tell me, you taught instructions to humans on how to speak? Or?
Yeah, it was more like I helped teach the dog instructions and kind of give the owners pointers on how to say them in the best way.
Okay, well, could we hear an example right now? Do you guys want to hear an example of him training some dogs? Yeah. So just pretend I am right now being just unruly somehow, and just I'm a dog and I'm being unruly. Just go.
Okay. Okay. Here's an easy example. Let's say you're a dog that's on the couch, and I don't like my dog being on the couch, So you got to kind of lean in, be a little firm with them, and say, "Kleiner Hund, du es bin Valauser Kota." And then they usually perk up and get right back off the couch. And we kind of go over different stuff like that, different techniques.
So that's pretty much what you do all day. Teach them how to give those instructions more effectively.
Yeah, basically, it's usually again very hard but very rewarding at the same time.
But work can make one free, so.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. You said to stop with the Hitler stuff.
I never once said the word Hitler. No one here heard me say Hitler. So are you hiding something, sir?
No, I'm not hiding anything. Why would I be hiding something?
Well, you just screamed at me in German, it seems. So
You just asked me to. What? Do you treat all your guests like this? I cannot believe this.
I'm sorry. We're getting away from it here. I don't know. There's some miscommunication here. Let's go back to some dog tips. I'm sorry for implying you were a Nazi. So I've heard it's a good idea to keep a diary of your progress to keep from getting burnt out, just to kind of show, even though it's hard week to week, you've made some progress.
I mean, I guess you could keep a journal, but personally, I feel like people who keep diaries are a little pretentious, And frankly, diaries only show like one side of the story, but diaries with historical significance are really important, so I read them a lot.
You're okay with that one. So you started these camps, you had these workshops. Was that what? How did you get? Would you say that's your final solution, or?
Yeah, my final solution was more. Wait, I know what you're doing here. This is not okay, man. All right?
I'm sorry. What am I doing? I'm hosting a TV show.
No, you know exactly what you're doing, okay? I've come out here and I'm dealing with your antics, all right? I've had it up to here with you.
Nazi! Nazi!
I've had it.
Just admit it.
General, direct, no.
No, just admit it. You're a Nazi. I can tell you are a Nazi. Just admit it.
Quit it.
Just admit
No,
it.
I'm not a Nazi.
Just admit it, you damn kraut!
All right, fine. I'm a Nazi. Ooh, yeah, you like that? Is the show a little bit funnier? Oh, Heil Hitler.
You have the right to nothing, you damn Nazi.
Tylenol.
When we return back, we'll have another fun segment with Dan Nowakowski. I highly encourage you to stick around. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a great show for you. We'll be right back.
I can't stand it. 2,000 years doing this has made me crazy. With all the prayers, making sure nothing catastrophic happens, and the fact that Satan put fossils down there on Earth to fool the humans. The only solace that I have nowadays is that delightful gorilla in the Cincinnati Zoo. He's the only creature worth worrying about, in my opinion.
You need to take a break for a bit. Pope Francis said things on lockdown on the moral side of things, and I've got an up-and-coming intern that I'm sure can fill your sandals for at least a year. There's only 3 major things he can screw up, and he's a team of angels backing him.
I haven't visited Saturn in a few millennia, and I haven't visited an alien species in a few collapses of space-time. You know what, intern 4783? You're right. I deserve some time off.
That's the Holy Spirit. We have everything under control. All right, Jerry, this is your new desk. Now I had to pull a lot of strings for you to get this gig since the Costco fiasco, so don't mess it up.
Stop worrying so much. And by the way, those shelves were not very sturdy at all. They were going to come down eventually.
Just remember the rules. You don't have to do everything he does. You just need to make sure everything goes as planned. You should barely have to intervene. Everything is set up for you. Okay?
I've got this. Bernie Sanders becomes president, Gene Wilder begins filming a movie that eventually inspires a young child to cure cancer, and Britain does not leave the EU. I can handle this. Yes, ma'am, I understand the gorilla is dead, but there's nothing we can... No. Tell Jesus to stop blowing bubbles out of the holes in his hands. I don't have time for this.
Someone's looking a little Old Testament today.
Eat me, intern! Out of the room! All 3, and I saw those bubbles in the foyer. Who let it happen? Satan would have done a better job running this crap than you. Are you kidding me? I assumed Deadpool was so good because you didn't put your hands on it. And Donald J. Trump. Let's take a moment of silence. Donald J. Trump. Are you serious? We're running a universe, not a Simpsons episode. Jesus Christ. Not out, JC. I'll get to you in a minute. And furthermore, Oh, no. Hey, Sus, what's up? 2,000 years has really flown by. How you been? You look good.
Yeah, I came back, you know, it's like, you know, it's a little hot, it's a touch hot. Turns out you're letting humans literally burn animals to cook the globe. Who's Hitler? We're running a multiverse, not a game of Risk. And where's Atlantis? Where is Atlantis at? I can't find Atlantis anywhere. In ping pong? In the Olympics? God, you can't believe it.
I love ping pong.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. God, that was a good sketch. A little on the nose. So here tonight, from one of the great acapella groups we have on our campus, from Sedoctive, we have tonight our guests Johnny Taylor, Holly Barnhart, Cameron Cole, and Audrey Basil. I knew I would get through the names and just mess up exactly one. How are you guys doing tonight?
Great.
So you guys are Sedoctive. Well, you're not the entirety of Sedoctive.
No.
It's not just us.
There's 18 of us.
18. Okay.
Yes.
So you
So
guys.
we're just the exec board.
Okay. So who's the boss? Who's in charge here?
Well, I'm the music
It's
director,
a
but
group
she's
effort.
Oh yeah. So is this show.
right. Yes. I'm the music director. She's the coordinator, assistant coordinator, and our PR, personal relations.
Okay. So you guys have two coordinators. You're incredibly coordinated.
Right.
That's good to hear.
Kind of, something like that. Yeah.
That actually brings me to the next point. Are you guys a song and dance group, or do you only do music?
We dance
we
some
dance.
too.
We
Yes,
dance.
we sit in that one. Yes, we actually dance. It's so funny we were talking about that because one time we were all hanging out and we were just having a little fun, having fun. And we were talking about sitting in that walk and
How you're supposed to walk. When
Walk
you
with
get to the
swag.
stage.
we walk onto the stage and
swag,
it's
yeah.
so we have this big thing of walking onto the stage with
With swag?
and
With
sitting
swag.
in that walk.
And he's gonna demonstrate it for
Johnny,
you,
you should
actually.
Do you want to demonstrate it?
Yes.
Do you guys want to hear or see
Yes,
Tommy demonstrate? Let's see this introduction with
So
some
we
swag.
walk in, we have to sit in that walk. Yes, that's sit in the walk.
The presence that just came through this room. If any of you guys at home couldn't feel that, chills. So you guys mentioned kind of hanging out. Have you guys all been in the group for a while? And I'm assuming you guys are kind of a close group?
Yeah, we're definitely close. We're really good friends. We
group
love
had-
to hang out and.
The group has been around for 3 years on campus, so I've been in all 3 years. He's been on 3 years.
And we've been too.
Yeah, we've been around.
And part of my job kind of too is to organize fun events for us. So I've had them come over and hang out. Or we did a lock-in and that was pretty fun too. That's where Sit in the Walk came from.
So have you guys already started any traditions or any new stuff, or is it just kind of you do this different thing every year? Do you guys have, I guess, 3 years old? Do you have any kind of traditional base or?
I mean, I guess the lock-in would be the one tradition that we do, but it really depends on the group. Depends on what people feel like doing.
Yeah.
If we all want to hang out, we'll call each other, be like, hey, some of us are meeting here, or we'll have actual scheduled events. But I mean, people are busy. It's hard to just have a tradition. That
we eat fried
always
chicken
do.
together.
We do. We eat fried chicken a lot.
Well, that's awesome.
It's a tradition.
So you guys mentioned you're kind of close as a group, but you're only one of many groups on campus, correct? You guys are, and your name is Sedoctive, which I'm assuming is a pun on seductive. With the word
Yes.
octave. Musically inclined here.
Right?
Just don't ask me to sing. So you guys, do you have kind of a vibe or vibe is a terrible word to put it. I guess, are you guys a certain type of music you stick to? A genre? That'd be the human word for it.
Oh, yeah.
We kind of like to stick to a more of a soulful sound. A few years ago, when the first time I went to a competition, a lot of the judges said, "Oh, you guys have a really soulful, diverse sound. I mean, we look to you guys, and we have a soulful sound that you guys have." So we kind of built on that, and that's kind of how we sound now. And that's something we kind of go for. It's a big
So we do
soulful.
stuff like that, and we do, we've been trying some other stuff. We've been doing rock and.
Yes, we tried Bohemian Rhapsody last year.
We
That
did.
That was
so
super
so much fun.
That's really great.
Fun. That was our fun song.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any not fun songs?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was
we've
gonna say,
had enough
Audrey
fun.
was ready to jump on that.
Don't say that.
Just when they're hard. Sometimes they're hard to learn, so it's not as fun
Right.
because you're
trying to count, but I'm not musically inclined, actually. I actually can't sing, so I don't really know
That's
what's happening here.
What group to join?
Right? It's like there's like this running joke in the group where we're like, oh, Audrey, you're kicked off the group. Get out.
Audrey, you're not
I
going
get kicked out
today.
every week.
Every week.
Every week. Did I get kicked out? I got kicked out
Just once.
a while ago. Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, I came back.
So you guys, you mentioned learning the songs. How does that? Do you guys have a faculty advisor? Do you just learn through osmosis, or does one of you guys?
Well, I teach music because I'm a music educator. I'm graduated this year from Ball State, but with music education.
See, you seem like you're right for this group.
Kinda.
Very musically inclined. No offense, Audrey.
Right.
But it seems like
Yeah,
you've
it's
been
fine.
taught
It's
before.
okay.
She knows. It's okay.
Right.
So you're kind of the teacher. Do you score everything yourself, or?
No, I learned how to write music, but it's not my forte. I can do it, but I don't feel like I can do it the best for the group. So I buy arrangements from different people. I know people that arrange for us, but we spend a lot of money and we fundraise to get arrangements for the season.
And sometimes like other people from other groups will send us their arrangements and they're like, hey, we think you guys could do this song really well, so we'll do an arrangement for you and try it out, and if we like it, we'll do it, and that's just kind of how the other groups and that's how we all work together, so it's really fun.
So you guys are comfortable with doing other people's arrangements?
Yes.
That is good to hear because later on in the episode, we're actually going to hear a little bit of some of your voices. We've got a game for you guys. We're going to get to that right after the break, so be sure to stick around. We have more Sedoctive when you get back. Once again, give a large round of applause for our guests. We'll be right back with them.
Hey everyone, welcome to Dan's Reading Corner. Today we're going to be reading one of my favorite books. This is world famous A Game of Thrones by my favorite Mexican-American author, Jorge R. Martin. So without further ado, let's begin. Oh, wow, this is a really good part. Wow, guys, that was a really cool book from Senor Martin. So I'm going to go ahead and give this book 15 games out of 35 thrones. And I guess the reason I'm giving it such a low score is probably just because I can't read. But otherwise, it's a really cool book. You should check it out. Thanks, guys.
A book review show. That's a very interesting choice, Dan.
Thanks, Mr. Cranberries.
Well, anyway, for our next game, we have a game we like to play here at BSU Tonight called 15-second songs. Most of you guys might have heard we can't actually do full songs on television like Fallon can afford to do. We can do the first 15 seconds of it. So we're going to play 15-second songs. It's like our own version of American Idol where they only get 15 seconds to show their chops. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for 15-second songs! I know I'm jogging in place. So once again, you guys know Sedoctive. Once again, we have Johnny, Holly, Audrey, and Cameron, and they are actually going to sing us some wonderful songs. They're going to be going up against our incumbents. But first, we're going to explain how the rules work. So I'm going to read off of a card, and that card is going to have a song for them to sing. They're each going to get 15 seconds to show their chops. So Johnny, you've kind of been our guinea pig today. Do you want to be our guinea pig with this as well?
Sure.
All right, let's see what your song is. And it looks like your song is Hallelujah. Take it away.
Okay. Hope I don't forget the words. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and he pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major live. The baffled king composing hallelujah.
Woo! That was amazing, Johnny. That was absolutely amazing. And so it's time to introduce our next guests, the people you will be competing against, all the way from behind the Iron Curtain. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our reigning champions, the Gulag Brothers.
I am Pietro Sokolov. Yes, and my name is Alexis Maximo. The cold robbed Alexis of his hands and voice many winters ago. Yes.
Well, gee, Alexis, I'm sorry to hear that. Didn't hear it, so a little pun. So you guys are biological brothers, or?
Niet, Billy, niet. Our brotherhood was forged by the cruel Siberian winters.
In the Gulag?
Of course, in the Gulag, yes.
And Gulag, for those of you who don't know, meaning Soviet prison.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, well, that was very inspiring. So I think we're ready to start the game. No more practice rounds. Sedoctive, are you guys ready for your first round that's actually going to count?
Yes.
All right, it looks like Holly, you'll be going up next.
Oh no! Oh, come on.
All right.
And it looks like your song you're going to have to sing for us without any instruments. Okay. Hakuna Matata.
All right.
Take it away.
Hakuna Matata, what a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata, ain't no passing phrase. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our other words. Philosophy. Hakuna Matata.
I think those actually were the words as I remember them. So, Gulag Brothers, that was. I mean, there was a little bit of a flub in the lyrics, but I feel like you've got a lot to go up against between those two songs. But I understand, as reigning champions, you guys get to choose your own song, and you guys do a beautiful rendition of a beloved song. Take it away.
Do you want to start or do you want me to? Okay.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of.
That was wonderful, honestly. Gulag Brothers, I understand why you guys are our reigning champions. I don't know, that's tough to beat Sedoctive. Do you guys think you can beat that?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
That was really hard.
Yeah.
That was hard to beat.
I'd be scared.
So Audrey, it looks like you're up next.
Okay.
And your randomly selected song. Oh, I'm sorry, actually, Cameron, you're going to be up next according to the
just
random
kidding.
selection
Plot
process. And Cameron, your song is going to be "Fly Me to the Moon." Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me.
You better, right?
That was smooth. I don't know. The Gulag Brothers are pretty talented, but I don't think they've ever had competition like this before on the show. So Gulag Brothers, you guys know as reigning champions, it is your choice to choose any other song besides the one you performed in round one.
Yes.
So I'll let you guys take it away.
We start low and go up. I'll go this way. Okay. Oh, the years start coming and we don't start coming. Back to the rules
Guys,
that we
no,
hit the
I'm
ground
sorry.
running.
I'm sorry.
It makes sense when I live to a full
Alexi, guys, you know the rules. We've been over this a couple times. You get All-Star one of your songs.
We
It can
did.
be one of your songs. It can't be two.
It's still the same song though.
That's the point. It
That's
can only
the
be,
point. That's the
be one of the
point.
songs.
Cut us off.
I don't think you guys are. We'll come back. We'll come back. Sedoctive, it seems like you guys actually have a chance of beating this because they're not really following the rules. They're not disqualified yet. Audrey, do you think you can take the cake here?
I did get kicked out, but yes, I got this.
Okay. You even got kicked out of your last spot, so.
Yeah.
So Audrey Brazel, your song is "My Heart Will Go On."
Okay.
Let's go.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you. Go on, near, far, wherever you are safe in my heart, and my heart will go on and on.
Not musically inclined by ass. Seriously, that was amazing, guys. Give it up one more time for Audrey. I mean, she got kicked out of the group. So Gulag Brothers, that was incredible. You guys thought you had it clinched because she even said by her own admission she's not musically inclined, but it's gonna be very difficult.
She lied.
So you guys have one chance, just one chance to sing us a song. You have 15 seconds. It can be any song but All-Star, which you used in your first and second rounds. Are we cool there?
Listen, brother, this is it. Okay. Remember last Siberia, 89? Remember that? Let's do that.
That's a good one.
Okay, we start low. Go, okay.
New song? Okay.
Go for the gold.
Okay, guys, that is exactly Smash Mouth's All-Star. We've been over this
for the gold.
a couple times. Do they not have other songs in the Gulag?
Only one.
Yeah, only one.
Okay.
Smash
well,
Mouth big.
I mean, if you only have one song, it's a song to have, I guess.
We love Shrek.
Who doesn't? Before we wrap up the show tonight, we have one more clip to show you. Another one of Dan Nowakowski's new shows. Let's play the clip and check out this Dan Nowakowski original.
Hi everyone, welcome to Dan's Late Night Corner. We're going to be ranking our top 5 late night comedy talk shows on this show today. So without further ado, let's get right into it. At number 5 on my list is The Nightly Show with Gary Fillmore, because my mom always says that diversity is pretty cool. At number 4, we have The Chevy Chase Show, because my dad had a Chevy until he drove it into the retention pond by my house. He does all of his own stunts. Nice job, Dad. At number 3 on our spot is Nick News with Linda Ellerby, because she never had any fake news on her show. High five, Linda. Coming in at number 2 is The Oprah Winfrey Show. Now, I've never actually watched this show, but one time on Drake and Josh hit Oprah with his car. Nickelodeon strikes again. Nice, Josh. And last but not least is number 1 on our list, White House Press Briefings. This show takes my top spot because somehow they got the Pillsbury Doughboy to host it, and he's really funny. Nice job, guys. That'll do it for us here at Dan's Late Night Corner. See you in the... So, bye.
Dan, that was really something. I do have to admit, I'm a little disheartened that you didn't include BSU Tonight in your top 5 late night spots. So.
Don't worry about that.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Dan. That means a lot coming from you.
Cool.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our show. Thank you once again to Dan, to the Gulag Brothers, and most of all, to our wonderful guests from Sedoctive. Let's give them one more round of applause. Now, for those of you out here who might have heard those beautiful voices, wanted to know how you could join, wanted to know where you could see them perform, wanted to know just a little bit more about them, how would they get that information?
Well, every semester, every new year, we have auditions, so it'll probably be right at the beginning of our spring semester or our fall semester.
Fall semester.
Both. A little bit, that depends, but most of the time it is before our fall semester. We'll go in and you can sing 15, 30 seconds just like we did for you guys, and we'll see if we want you to be a part of the group. We have a show, actually this coming Saturday at 4 p.m. at Bruce Hall, so come see us and all the other great Ball State acapella groups. And you can follow us on our social media, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, that kind of thing. Sedoctive BSU, follow us.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for coming out. Be sure to follow Sedoctive. I've had a great night. I hope you guys have too. We'll see you next week.
I kept looking at the prompter. It just says outro.
I always do that. Because you're good at improv. Yeah.